Hello, this is Sarah's Living with MS. Today I wanted to talk about some of the issues I've been having with my MS medications. I'm about 10 weeks post taking Tysabri. I did stop taking Tysabri because my JCV virus level got too high. And when your JCV virus level gets high, there is a risk of PML. I also started having seizures. If you didn't know, PML is a very serious brain infection that can happen when you have a high JCV virus level and taking Tysabri at the same time. The cause of the seizures that I've been having is unknown, so it's just too risky for me to stay on it not knowing. My symptoms and leg disability continue to decline, so I do want to stay on medication. Although I've also been going through periods of stress right now, I had to get 2 spinal taps because the first one was unsuccessful. It was 3 hours long, and this was because of that JCV virus level being high in the seizures. They wanted to rule out PML. So it was very stressful not knowing if I had PML and having these spinal taps. So I'm not sure if the issues I've been having and the increased leg disability is because I've stopped taking the Tysabri, or if it's just because of all this extra stress I've been having. It's a horrible reality that everyone with MS faces, fear of a flare-up versus this fear of taking new medication. I also went on a steroid treatment about a week and a half ago to stop any new symptoms that I could be having post-Tysabri and from preventing any of the symptoms that Tysabri was holding back. It's been about a week since my steroid treatment, and then I will start my new medication, Aubagio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm still a little stubborn and really do not want to start a new medication. I would just really like a break from reality and to stop having MS just for a little while, just for the summer. Let's just take a break and not have to deal with the stress of taking new medication or this fear of a flare-up. Luckily, I have not had any new symptoms, but my right leg continues to decline at a really fast rate. My walking is absolutely terrible. But I also seem to be very sensitive to medication, so this fear of starting a new medication is real for me versus this fear of having a flare-up. When I was first diagnosed with MS, I was prescribed Rebif. This, if you didn't know, Rebif is an injection that you do about 3 times a week. It's a self-injection. You have to keep the injection at a certain temperature. It has to be cold. And it's a special delivery that you have to make sure you're there for delivery. It's just really annoying. But not only that, it hurts to get the injection, but it also did not do anything for me. It didn't help, and I almost think sometimes that it made it worse. I then saw a new neurologist, and this new neurologist was just shocked that I was on Rebif and thought I should be on Ocrevus and that I should have started with Ocrevus from the beginning. Ocrevus did not help me at all. It seemed that my symptoms stayed the same and they were getting worse, just like the Rebif did. And then I developed breast cancer. They can't say for sure that the Ocrevus caused the breast cancer, but they can't rule it out either. So from there, I switched to Tysabri. And with Tysabri, there's always this risk of PML. And then I started having seizures. So I was also taking Ampura. Ampura is a drug that is supposed to help you with walking and make your walking better. So I was really excited about it, and shame on me for not looking at every side effect, every potential side effect, every bad side effect. And I started having seizures. And I realized after that it could be a side effect of Ampura. So I have started taking Ampura as well. I was just so excited to have something that would actually help walking. I really thought it was going to help. So I didn't do the necessary research that I should have into that part of it. Please learn from my mistake and look into all the side effects, even the rare side effects, before taking a new medication. It can really mean, a really big difference in your life, knowing what that is and being aware of it. It just can be so defeating and frustrating to go through this time and time again, having these kind of weird symptoms and weird things happening and not knowing for sure what is the cause of it. But this is also what it's like to live with a chronic illness. I have learned this since my diagnosis. Although the side effects of Aubagio are supposed to be less, when I look them up, they're just as scary as all the other drugs. I also read that the Aubagio is not as strong as the other drugs that I've taken, but that part of it I like, because I'm thinking maybe my body is just too sensitive to the stronger medications, so maybe this is something I need. This is also what my new neurologist is recommending, and I do trust him. I do believe I finally have a good neurologist. It is just so hard to have a disease that has so many types and different types of symptoms and different theories and different drugs and different drug companies wanting your money. and all the different diets and plans and theories, and they all want your money too. This makes it extremely important for you to find a good neurologist that you trust and not someone that's just out for your money. I do trust my new neurologist, which is good because I'm very nervous to start a new medication. My new neurologist went over all of the information on this new drug I was taking, but I also did look it up on the FDA to make sure I covered all my bases on this one. And there are scary side effects for this one as well, including liver failure. However, I will be getting my blood tested once a month to make sure that there are no signs of this. So if there are any signs, I would stop taking it. So that does make me feel a little bit better, and I'm horrified to have a new MS flare-up. I have learned since my diagnosis in 2017 that it's really important to have a good MS neurologist. I have tried different theories and diets and plans. Don't be too quick to do all of that. There is an overwhelming amount of theories and diet plans out there. Do your own research. Ask your neurologist questions based from your research. The drug companies want your money. People want you to go with their plan, pay them money, monthly subscriptions or books or theories. From my own research, I've learned that it seems MS affects people differently, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. I think there are some really great diets and medications and plans out there, but not one thing works for all. I'm so glad that we continue to improve and learn from all the research that has been done on MS, but more research needs to be done. There are so many of us suffering from a chronic illness. Just know that you're not alone. We can all help each other. If there is anything you ever want me to cover or go over in an episode, please send me a message or make a comment on YouTube. I have a previous episode that I did on the Mediterranean diet. I did this pre-seizures. Unfortunately, I got off track with all of that. Right before a seizure, I cannot eat anything. I have extreme nausea, and I've had extreme nausea on and off since my seizures. And it's either related to the new medications I've had for the seizures or that I'm having subclinical seizures. It's extreme nausea that lasts for days. And I've also had a lot of stress with the PML scare. I got off track with the Mediterranean diet. I hate to admit that, but I'm not good at watching what I'm eating with that amount of fear and stress. This is something that I'm working on, and I've been making improvements since I've been able to keep the seizures under control. I have made an appointment with a gastroenterologist. This appointment is coming up. Hopefully this will help me handle these stomach issues better. It's been about a week and a half since my last stomach issue, and it's either the medication, this new seizure medication that I'm on, or it's my body getting used to this new medication. I'm thinking I may never get an answer to that, but I'm going to see what I can do with this new gastroenterologist. So we will see. Hopefully that appointment is helpful. And I can post about that if that's something that you might think would be helpful, or if there's anything else you want me to cover, please comment or message me. I want to help as many people as possible suffering from a chronic illness like I am. And I wanted to thank you so much for watching. I do have previous episodes on my life with MS. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.